The many glider airplanes, sailplanes, definitely one of the more, fascinating type of airplanes there is out there. I mean, they practically fly with fairy dust. They don't have an engine, but instead use the energy from the sun to fly. The sun ends up, hitting the ground, and that creates thermals, and thermals rise up, and the gliders fly in that thermals, and therefore rise up and stuff. But something that you still have to do is put a glider into the air itself. Yes, you need some sort of method to get it up there. There are quite a lot of ways to do that. The most popular one is the winching method. Yes, having a winch placed at the end of the runway that is then connected to the glider airplane. Another way is to also connect it to another plane that then takes off, kind of like a towing method here. Or there's other crazy ways like slingshooting a glider airplane into the air. But all these are a little bit complicated, aren't they? A little costly. I mean, a cheap way would be to just use the gravity, right? Yeah, gravity. Why don't we just, push off gliders off like slopes and have them roll down and gain speed that way, and so they can take off. And I'm not the only one with that idea, because there is such an airfield. Welcome to somewhere in Poland. Here's an interesting video I found. A glider plane being pushed off a practically pretty slopey hill on a little paved runway, which as you can see, there you go, this glider plane seems to gain speed, and apparently enough speed to take off. Oh, that's quite interesting, isn't it? Look at that. With a cost of $0, all you had to do was push the plane down practically a cliff. And with the Polish summer, this worked very, very well. I like to see that. And this very airfield we now have added in the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Take a look at this view. Indeed, the developer of PG Simulation have just published this interesting scenery of it. Take a look at that. And so now we can, in the simulator, travel to the very south of Poland, where there are a lot of mountains here in Bezmierzova, a hill slope that is quite long and, not too hilly. A perfect situation for launching gliders off and mountain. Good. Now, sadly, I don't have any glider myself in the flight simulator to test out this airfield, but we do have a Cessna 152 that we could practically launch off the hill as well. Take a look. It's pretty slopey here. I mean, you could make this a ski resort, but no, we've built a small little paved runway so we can launch off airplanes. And you know what? I'm not going to use any power here. As you can see, we're running off idle, and I'm trying to see, can we, without engine power, take off a Cessna 152? There you go, 30 knots. All right, a little bit more. And yes! Perfect! We have overrun a little bit into the grass, which is no problem at all. And, well, just rolling off the mountain, we have gained 55 knots of speed. Plenty enough to be flying in a Cessna 152. I like to see that. Yes, everybody. How ecological is that? I've just totally reduced my carbon footprint. Also, I mean, well, this is a glider airport. We have lots of other airports in the world that use, a slope of a mountain to help reduce runway size. I mean, Courchevel Airport, very much sloped. But that's good because it only has a 600-meter long runway, 500-meter long runway, and you can fly practically anything there. Stop! Thanks to the slope, we stop quickly as well. That's worked perfectly fine. Now, this is a very tiny runway. We shall try to land here too, because why not? Alrighty, looks good. It's a little uneven, the surface here. Alright. Good. 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 That was easy. Perfect! Now, but I do have a little bit of an idea. Well, why don't we make this airport a bit bigger? Maybe make it for proper motorized airplanes by putting a proper asphalt runway here. I mean, why not? Genuinely. This should work. And well, everybody, this is what I'm talking about. Check this out. There's a bit of a slope there. Let's maybe try to see if we can fly our Cessna 152 better now. Now, I built this runway here, practically just as a terraform thing. I'm not even quite sure if it's even possible at all to build an asphalt runway like this on such a steep mountain, but okay, there you go. It's a little hilly, It's a little choppy there, but we can take off without any worries here. Even though we haven't given in any engine power. Check this out. Running at like 50% of power, we're able to take off just fine with this runway that is on a hill, and that's what I very, very much like to see. Now, of course, the question is, can we shut up with your objective? Can we fly some bigger planes here? Yes, everybody, I am definitely serious. Now, this hangar that is located up top this hill isn't quite large enough for this CJ4 here. Look at that, it's quite custom here as well. Come on. There is a tri-lander here, which has no business of being here. But come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Now, I really want to see now, once again, can we fly this airplane off this cliff? Oh, actually, I don't want to give any engine power. I want gravity to sort that out for it. Look at that. Actually, I think on the smaller scale with smaller aircraft, this works a little bit better. Oh. Oh. I mean, this is such an open field. It's just that it's a bit of a bigger plane, this one. Yeah. Let's maybe try doing a landing with this thing here. I mean, a jet here on this hill. Perhaps it's a little bit too bumpy of a mountain. You'd have to kind of make sure it's a little flatter. There you go. You're careful enough. That's work. Beautiful. We've landed on this glider airport. Yes, you do need the landing gear that you would need on an aircraft carrier with this kind of runway, as the terrain is a little bit too rough. I mean, a glider plane takes off with a very short distance. We need a little longer than that. So yeah, you need a little bit of polishing in that mountain, but that was beautiful. And so everybody, it is time to finally try out a real airplane. A 737, with which we will give full power. By the way, I'm not quite sure about these airport trucks here. Well, why they are here, but that's fine. All right, there you go. Go full power. I don't know what's wrong with the airplane here. That's a bit of a different story. Come on, let's go full power once again. Roll down the mountain. Roll down the mountain. Perhaps you need to cut down some trees as well, right? But after that, yes, perfect. I know we've practically crashed here, but of course this airplane can fly here. Absolutely no trouble at all. And we shall try landing as well. Why is there an animation here in the engine? I think this plane is severely broken. Okay. Yes, you might need to even out that a little bit. That was a hard land. I think I should consider this a crash landing. But there you go. You stop in no time with this slope. This video is absolutely pointless, I've just realized. I only can try a bigger airplane, but generally there's no point in doing that. Okay. Yes, this is truly quite large now. You can still see the original outlines of that original runway. It's a bit bigger now. I guess this slope makes a whole lot more sense, going down kind of like the direction that the original runway is following. I think that generally makes a little bit more sense. Come on, let's maybe try to do that and try to just roll down this mountain, you know? I think that'll get us enough speed, right? Perfect. Hey, yeah, a little bumpy, don't you worry. Don't you worry. Okay, already lifting those nose up just to make sure it doesn't... Yeah? All right, don't crash now. Don't stall. And it's crashed. It's done exactly what I told it not to do. Yes, maybe I'm just bad at runway planning. I shouldn't have made this runway go down this direction. I should have just followed the flow, which there is right there. Beautiful. All right, follow the flow. Let's do it. Okay. Why am I doing that? I've just crashed up. Okay. Overall, I think this airport is a cool concept. Yes, you need no engine power to take off if you're in a small enough airplane. How about a little Dash 7 here? Come on, let's roll down the entire mountain here. The entire slope. Let's not care about that asphalt runway. It's a Dash 7. It can use grass too. Perfect. We already had 80 knots, which is good. Now a little bit of more engine power, and there you go, you can take off beautifully. Obviously, in a small glider that requires pretty much no airspeed to take off, this idea works a whole lot better. So everybody, the most ecological way of gliding, there it is. So what do you think, you guys, so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, good night. And a special thanks goes out to my members, my supporters, Gunskiller, R27, James Deram, That Dude, Anime Gods of Gaming, Derek, Insider Plane, Nishijitsu Finder, Professional Jamal, Ryland Williams, and New the York. You've got beautiful names.